he's come a long way since then.
Well, you say remember, or maybe not, because it's quite a forgettable spell for the Croatian striker. It's just some players suit different leagues. I think that's all it is. I mean, the fact that he's playing at AC Milan shows that he is a good player, and the spell at Blackburn just didn't work. And the links to China, whether or not there was substance in that, we'll never know, and we'll never know if he would have chosen to go. But he's at Milan now, and he's immediately looking like he can pose some sort of threat.
Yeah, he's a bigger physical presence than Crotone, who's an exciting youngster, but who was in the back pocket of Koscielny for much of the evening whilst playing through the middle. He's out wide now, though, as Lyon have gone 1-0 up away in Moscow against CSK in Moscow. Should make it clear, because there's Lokomotiv Moscow in this round of the competition as well. And Lyon winning there. Just one home side winning right now in the 4 games that are taking place in the Europa League at the minute. It's Atletico Madrid against Lokomotiv Moscow. It's Milan win the ball, quickly get it forward, and then work it out to the far side. Can Rodriguez keep it in? He can't. That goes out of play for a throw-in. The Swiss will be frustrated that that pass, when he had space to run into, didn't find him. Bonaventura, man who played it out to that far side. Arsenal take their time over the throw-in. 65 minutes on the clock. Milan 0, Arsenal 2. Throw-in taken short, and that's a foul throw. And that's something you'd expect to see on a park on a Sunday morning. Not at the San Siro, as Milan will have it. And Rodriguez, down the line he goes. Given away by Milan quickly, but then one back through Bonaventura. Out wide it goes for Rodriguez. Crossing opportunity, gets the ball in, looking for Kalinic. Maitland-Niles' clearance is unorthodox. And Arsenal will have to complete the job through Chambers, who hammers it long downfield. Arsenal sitting very deep at the minute. As he said before, they can't keep up the high press, which we saw in the first half, but they don't want to be sitting too deep too early. The ball through is intercepted by Arsenal. And it's clipped over the top, looking for the runner Welbeck. Offside flag has gone up. Has it against Danny Welbeck? Yes, it has eventually. Welbeck sprinted 20 metres to get the ball, kept it in, and then the offside flag went up against him. But it's a change of tactics from Arsenal, definitely, isn't it? Sitting deeper and trying to hit Welbeck as quickly as they can on the counter-attack.
Yeah, I think we've seen from Welbeck in the game that he's looked effective when he's had the space to run into, as he was just slightly offside from that. You almost feel sorry for forwards who make that run, and then late as the day, the flag goes up, and they've just wasted that bit of energy. But Milan now come down the other end.
Yeah, Milan trying to put some pressure on Arsenal, trying to get back into this tie. As it stands, Arsenal will be heavy favourites to go through to the next round of the competition if the scoreline stays as it is. It's with Kessie now in the middle of the park. He goes wide to Suso. He's been quiet, but when he has crossing opportunities, he's done pretty well. Here he's going to try and beat Maitland-Niles, gets to the dead ball line, tries to pull it back. Maitland-Niles gets a vital foot in, turns it behind for a corner kick to be taken on the right-hand side. Suso just couldn't find room to get the cross in there. I think it will be the Spaniard who goes across to take the corner. In towards the near post, flicked on. Arsenal complete the job, although the ball then drops on the edge of the penalty area and it's fired through a crowd of bodies by Rodriguez. A few Milan players appealing for a corner, but it's just going to be a goal kick. Arsenal continuing to invite a bit of pressure on. I can't help but feel that attack is the best form of defence for Arsenal, given how badly they defend.
Yeah, that's the thing with Arsenal. I mean, they can sit back and put as many men behind the ball as they want, but naturally there's not very many good defenders in this Arsenal side. So I agree. I just think they need to continue the tactics of the first half, maybe with a little bit less intensity. Of course, they don't want to run themselves into the ground, particularly with the turnaround from the Europa League to Premier League being so quick. But I do think that sitting back and just looking to explore the counter-attack isn't the greatest of tactics.
Milan have made a change. And it's challenge. The referee is having none of it. Play continues. Ball out wide to Ozil. Oh, he nutmegs Calabria and then finds Wilshere. Back to Ozil again. Crossing opportunity for the German. In it comes towards Wilshere. Cleared away. I read a stat at half-time that Ozil's now been involved in 100 goals for Arsenal since making the move to the Emirates Stadium. Got 2 assists, I think, tonight. The second assist for Ramsey was absolutely fantastic pass through unleash the Welshman, who provided a very cool finish. Milan coming forward. Bonucci on to Suso. Out wide it goes to Calabria. Maitland-Niles in there again. Well, standing left back, and then he plays it off the Milan man and wins the goal kick. That's good defending by Maitland-Niles. Good defending by Arsenal in general for the most part, but still wouldn't be 100% confident they're going to hold on to this clean sheet. And anyway, we've reached the midway point in the second half, so I hand over to Dan for what remains of the game with Milan looking like they're struggling for ideas right now.
Yeah, they are a little bit. It has been a struggle for Gennaro Gattuso's men for the majority of the game so far. Bit of a turn up for the Bucks, if you will. Arsenal in their poor form, Milan in their good form, and Arsenal 2-0 up at the moment. Mkhitaryan and Ramsey with the goals and looking quite comfortable with it, although Milan have had a bit more of the ball in the past 10 minutes or so, but Bonucci with another long ball that was quite aimless, although they do get it back in midfield now. Silva now plays it to the left, cross with the outside of the foot, it nearly found Kalinic's head. It was good defending by Mustafi to get it away, although the whistle has gone. The referee is reaching for his cards as a yellow card is shown to Aaron Ramsey for a foul just outside the edge of the box, and this is going to be a very dangerous free kick.
Yeah, good position for Milan, this one. Looking at it again. Biglia gets caught by Ramsey, doesn't he? It's a high foot, and Ramsey's just come down on top of his boot. He gets the ball though, doesn't he? So I think that's harsh.
Yeah, I think that's a poor decision from the referee, but Ramsey has gone into the book. And indeed, Arsenal have to defend this free kick, and well, if something does become of this goal, you can already sense what Arsene Wenger's reaction will be to it, saying that it was a fair challenge from Ramsey, and indeed, it did look like a fair challenge. He couldn't help where his boot was coming down on. You have to bring it down at some point, but 4 men in the wall for Arsenal, and there's a few candidates for this free kick. Suso stood over it, of course Çalhanoğlu has gone off. Strike does come in and it takes a couple of deflections. I think he was, couldn't see who it was, but then the ball is giving away. Kessie will get it into the box now. Chambers does enough to recover. It was him that gave the ball away, but that initial free kick, couldn't see who it was that took it. Might have been Andre Silva. He slipped as he took it, so a real let-off for Arsenal.
Yeah, massive let-off. We saw that a lot in the first half, didn't we? Players slipping, and I don't know whether some had changed their footwear at half-time and Andre Silva didn't get the memo, but that was a disappointing set-piece routine for Milan, who need something to go their way, don't they? They need a bit of luck, I think, to get back into this game right now, because Arsenal very much in control. It's not been the frenetic, a repeat of the frenetic first half that we've seen, but Arsenal have still got measured control.
Yeah, I think they probably do need something not like that, as Calabria from deep tried to fizz one into the box, but way over the heads of everyone. But I think Milan needs something akin to what Arsenal had for the first goal. The strike just went in. A really lucky deflection, as we see a replay of that free kick. It was actually Bonaventura who stepped up to take it, who has probably been the pick of Milan's players tonight, which doesn't say too much because he hasn't done a massive deal himself. Mkhitaryan wins a header high up the pitch for Arsenal. Welbeck doesn't chase it as frantically as he did in the first half. Arsenal know that Milan are running out of time somewhat. Just over 73 minutes gone of this game, and they haven't looked too threatening on too many occasions as Kessie gets it out wide to Calabria. Nice triangle between those two and Suso, but then Arsenal win the ball back once again. Xhaka this time, forward to Mkhitaryan. Now Chambers. Here is Squadron Mustafi. And this is much better from Arsenal. They know they don't need to go forward with that much pace. They're just keeping the ball away from AC Milan and wearing them out very quickly, it seems. Not too much in the way of pressing from the home side either, although Koscielny inexplicably gives the ball away and out for a throw-in. So Milan do get the ball back. Here's Calabria. And Wilshere, quick as a flash, challenges the man in the middle. Didn't win the ball, but Milan's ball forward isn't too good. They are very casual when playing out from the back. Arsenal's Maitland-Niles was a little bit too casual there, and this is what Arsenal don't need.
Yeah, I mean, just got horrible memories of Sunday when Koscielny just gave the ball away for that second goal for Brighton, and there again, Arsenal nearly doing something similar. You know, this game is in the palm of their hand. This tie is you know, within the palm of their hand, and they cannot afford to let AC Milan have a sniff. Gattuso's gritting his teeth now, and baring his teeth at the Milan players, trying to get something from them right now, because it's just been a poor performance by them. I cannot believe they're going to be this poor in the return leg at the Emirates Stadium.
Well, you said you don't want to be in their dressing room at half-time, but I think even more you wouldn't want to be there at full-time with the rate that this is going, as Kessie heads the ball down. But once again, Suso too weak against Koscielny. You can see that Bonucci's trying to find an option going forward, but there's just a wall of Arsenal players in front of him, so they're having to go backwards and sideways a lot if they're not pumping it forward. Bonucci again on the ball. That's better this time, into the feet of Suso, and then he gets one out wide, although Chambers reads it, although his chest control does let him down. Once again, though, Milan, they're not getting forward with a lot of fluency. Rodriguez whips one into the box. Safe hands from David Ospina, who doesn't ball it out too quickly, and instead it goes out to the wide right. Mkhitaryan. Now Ramsey has kept himself on side. High ball into the box, looking for Welbeck. It won't fall to him at the back post, and Welbeck, rather cynically you'd have to say, just trips Calabria and gets rid of any of the momentum.
Yeah, kills that opportunity for Milan to counter-attack dead. Arsenal still in. The big signings in the summer coming onto the field of play, along with Kalinic, with the disappointing Crotone going off, and it's still not had a great deal of impact. Arsenal happy to sit back and defend this lead. They've also had to make a change and enforce one, though. Kolasinac limping out of the game. Maitland-Niles has replaced him. They're looking casual, Arsenal, at the back. They seem to think they've got this game in the palm of their hand. And, well, they cannot afford to let AC Milan have a sniff right now. But as it stands, it's very good for Arsenal. It's still Milan 0, Arsenal 2.
And Arsenal could try and seal it here as well. That runs down the left channel, but the right back Calabria gets there just ahead of him. And he'll run forward now. Plays a ball to Suso. Controls it on the left. Now here's Kessie. Kessie back to Romagnoli. Here is Rodriguez. Rodriguez still tries to play a 1-2 with Bonaventura, but once again Arsenal forcing their Italian counterparts back into their own half. Exactly what they need to do. Ramsey closing down, looking to chase men. Romagnoli. And it's just a very slow build-up play from AC Milan, although they come forward with a little bit more zip now. Crossing from the left-hand side, it'll fall to Suso at the back post. What can he do? Oh, he slices it horribly wide. Might even have gone out for a throw-in. But we see Gennaro Gattuso pacing the touchline. And I don't know what the Italian is for get warmed up. Yeah. I think he was telling someone to do that then.
Yeah, I think that's Suso's last chance, isn't it? That is an awful effort to goal. He gets it horribly wrong, and you see that every so often, but it is Calabria who actually is going to be replaced. I think Suso's lucky that perhaps he had that in mind already. Borini is on, so we've got two former Liverpool players on the field now. Borini's got a good record in the Europa League, but he's got a terrible record against Arsenal, so I wonder which one will come out on top, as Arsenal are going to bring on Rob Holding, and the number that was on the board was Ozil's number, so defensive change by Arsenal.
Indeed, as much as AC Milan's change was very attacking, although looking at where Borini's on the pitch now. Is he playing at right back? He plays the ball through to Kessie, who shoots, but Koscielny with a crucial block gets it out of play for a corner. And Milan, well, that was another good run forward by Frank Kessie, but Laurent Koscielny, all his experience, got back and slid it away.
Yeah, it was a great challenge as we're going to get the break in play now for Holding to come on. Ozil looks disappointed to be taken off. He doesn't often get taken off, but I think Wenger feels he needs that extra defender on now, because this is Milan in the San Siro. You can expect to come under some pressure at some point, so he feels like he needs to bring Holding on. Ozil taking as much time as he can coming off. I mean, he's got 2 assists to his game tonight, Mesut Ozil, but otherwise he's been very quiet, which seems a strange thing to say given the impact he's had.
Yeah, it does seem like that's what Mesut Ozil's game is, almost quiet for spells, but does create things as Milan put the corner into the box to the back post. It will fall once again. Another deflected strike, this time Bonaventura, the man at the far post, who had that strike on goal, and it's Rob Holding that got the block away. A good first impact from the former Bolton man. Normally you don't like making substitutions in front of corners as the ball goes in once again. Milan trying desperately to get a goal back on the score sheet. Cross into the box, headed wide. The pressure is relentless at the moment on Arsenal. Romagnoli, the man with the header, but he glances it wide of the post.
Difficult header for Romagnoli, wasn't it? He's got an Arsenal player on the back of him in Holding as well, who leads with his arm, but I don't think it was enough for a penalty, and it just sort of glances off the top of the central defender for Milan and behind. So Milan have played all their cards now. They've chucked everybody on, and be interesting to see how much pressure Arsenal come under, whether they can keep this clean sheet intact in what remains of the game.
Certainly so, as Milan have the ball back again. Sprayed out to the right hand side where Barini's running forward. Cross it into the box, but there was no real conviction with that ball in. He gets it back from Kessie. It looks like Barini's playing at right back almost, so him playing at right back just signals the intent they've got at the moment as Suso gives the ball away and then slips completely off the ball as well before Barini gets his leg in and fouls Ainsley Maitland-Niles. It's desperate stuff now from both sides, it seems, from Milan from attacking and Arsenal defending.
Yeah, definitely Milan looking pretty desperate right now. Arsenal, they're going to come, we said just a few minutes ago, they're going to come under pressure, particularly with all the players that Milan have chucked on now, and they've just got to try and stay as cool as they possibly can and keep possession when they get it, and not make any silly errors, because, you know, they've looked, for the most part, they've looked fairly solid. Bonaventura's had one very good chance in the second half, but they've not created a great deal else, Milan.
Nice chest down from Welbeck to Wilshere, who needs a bit of support on this left. He's running up against Kessie. If he gets the support from Maitland-Niles, will turn and give it back to Wilshere. He'll work down the left from Arsenal. Or it's then poked back by Xhaka into Holding. Xhaka gets it back. And, well, they've done well from this situation of Arsenal. Koscielny forward to Chambers. He gives it away. Although will it be won back by Mkhitaryan? It won't, but Arsenal do get themselves the throw in, and that's all they can ask for at this stage. Rodriguez furious with the decision, but it has gone Arsenal's way. All they do now is just play it back into their own defenders. Just continue to frustrate the life out of AC Milan at the moment. Ramsey with the ball forward, looking to release Callum Chambers. Doesn't quite have that same zip going forward as Hector Bellerin, but did a decent fist of it. Now it's back with Romagnoli. Here come Milan once again. Bonaventura. Now Silva in between the lines, and Silva, that's an excellent ball for Kalinic. Ospina does really well to get the clearance away. Once again, he timed it well. Kalinic isn't the quickest, so he couldn't get on the end of it, but Ospina had to do the defensive work. Now Silva plays it in field. Kessie. Here is Bonucci. Bonucci, now Suso. Barini will get a cross in. Looking for the back post, but Bonaventura has fouled Callum Chambers. It looked like he brought him down. Once again, Arsenal, they're defending well
Yeah, they are, aren't they? They've done pretty well for the most part. That was great goalkeeping by Ospino. We said in the first half he doesn't always make up his mind early enough, but there he did, came off his line and knew exactly what he wanted. I think Arsenal might have a problem with Callum Chambers. He made that run upfield before this attack, and it looked like he was struggling to get back and could be about to lose another player to injury. I don't know whether he has made it back now, but yeah, Chambers is down, looking like he's got cramp, but for a minute I thought it was something a bit more serious, like his hamstring had gone, but you'd hope he'd be alright.
I think I just saw at the edge of the screen El Neni on the sidelines.
Right.
His very distinctive hair, and I think he is going to come
on.
Looks that way. It looks like he'll probably just slot in at right back, holding midfielder Mohamed El Neni, but he has been utilised in those positions quite sparingly for Arsenal, and well, it's a blow for Chambers if he does have to go off, because I think, like most Arsenal players who you'd say have lacked a bit of confidence, I think Chambers has actually done alright today.
Yeah, he has. He's put in plenty of running up and down that right-hand side, and yeah, you're spot on. Chambers has gone off now, and El Neni's on. So Arsenal having to play another player out of position. You know, they've neither of the full-backs or wing-backs, as they are now with the formation they got, are recognised in that role.
Yeah, it's a bit of a patched-up defence, because Rob Holding as well hasn't been a regular for Arsenal this season. It's only Koscielny, who you'd probably consider playing out the back now as the most recognised player, as well as Mustafi there. So it's a very patched-up defence as Koscielny's beaten to it unfairly. He was just barged down to the floor by Andre Silva. Of course, if that was quite an easy one for the referee to give against Andre Silva, who, of course, if papers were to be believed in January, was linked with a £34 million move to Wolves, which would have been quite mind-blowing at championship level, but I think he's probably done the sensible thing and stayed at AC Milan. As Arsenal go forward, El Neni gets his first touch. Ramsey tries to loop it forward, but gets that one wrong, and it's out for a throw-in. Less than 5 minutes to go of normal time for AC Milan. It's not been a good performance from them. Desperately need to get a goal back, but once again, it's just really sloppy play in the middle from Kessie. Straight out of the play was his clearance, and it'll psychologically be a huge blow if they can't get a goal back, because Arsenal with 2 away goals, you can say what you like about Arsenal, but they do tend to be stronger at home with the home advantage, not having to defend as much. So you'd have to say that AC Milan, it'd be a mountain to climb for them.
Yeah, massive mountain. Yeah, you're right about the home form's been pretty good for the most part this year. That's why that result against Ostersund was such a massive surprise, as Ramsey makes a lung-busting run forward to keep the ball in by the corner flag, and Arsenal might be able to nick a third still.
Yeah, third would probably put the tie to bed, as El Neni comes forward now. Play it back into the middle, he does. Xhaka, now Wilshere. Wilshere plays it back to Maitland-Niles. Here is Xhaka, pokes it to El Neni. Nearly dispossessed, but they do well, Arsenal, under pressure. El Neni gets the ball back. Will he square one across? It nearly finds Welbeck. Headed away crucially by Bonucci, but then Milan, as they try and break forward, give the ball away. It's just bouncing around the middle of the park at the moment before Arsenal finally get hold of it with Rob Holding. Now it's Maitland-Niles. Welbeck flicks it to Wilshere. Wilshere's ball forward, looking for Welbeck. Will he get it? No, he won't. Barini in the unnatural right-back position he's found himself in tries to hook it away. But Arsenal now, with plenty of space, it kind of signals just how many men are trying to get forward from an AC Milan point of view.